let's run it back, okay? Give me a quick restart. I'll stay Hunter for now. Good first run back. Going offline, guys. When will yesterday's FTL make it to YouTube? I said it. I think it comes out 9 a.m. on Friday. Did an FTL episode that was not recorded yesterday come out at 9 a.m. this morning? Because if so, then it comes out 9 a.m. Friday. One just came out 30 minutes ago. There you go. I believe Dan has a question for you. That's cool. Dan, you can just shoot it to me in the Discord. I wouldn't want to besmirch the chat environment by saying I'll put a drip of concrete in your chug jug. I like to keep the environment here as copacetic as possible. Avoid moderator type actions whenever necessary. If you got a question, you can pop it into our private Discord channel, and I will reply to it. I missed your congratulatory tweet for Malf. Is my Twitter broken? That's on me. I'll send Malf a reply that says congratulations on verification. I got timed out in Dan's chat today because he asked Apollo about his trip to Las Vegas, and Apollo was trying to tell the story of how he went to this restaurant called Nobu, and then like anytime Apollo said like 2 words, Dan would be like, so what made it good? And then while Apollo was explaining why it was good, he'd be like, so like what was it like though? Like, was it the food was good? Was the tables were good? And I'm like, he's talking like he was turning me into vain.jpg. Like you asked him a question, he's in the middle of answering it, and then while he's answering it, you're like throwing in an interjection to try to like sideline his answer to the question you asked. And I was like, you gotta let him talk. And my message got deleted. This is true. That's all. I'm not saying I should have. I'm not saying I shouldn't have been moderated upon. After I got moderated, I was like, you know what? That seems fair. And without having been able to chat, I closed the tab and then went on with my day. But I was like, I want to hear why the restaurant's good. Stop asking them about the plates, man. I want to know if the sushi was top tier. POV, you are the ban request. No, I didn't get timed out. My message was simply deleted. But when there's like mod on mod behavior like that, like I don't know if Origin's here. I've timed Origin out, or at least deleted a message once or twice. But a mod on mod act of aggression like that, it's a shot on the bow for sure. So it was definitely a message received moment. But I will also say, and this is not disrespecting you, Dan, it's more disrespecting Tarkov, which is par for the course. If I look at my following list, everybody I follow is playing Escape from Tarkov. And then I've lost permission to speak freely. It's time for me to touch grass. Or follow some new streamers. But, I mean, that's like a pretty high barrier to entry. They got all these, like, inside jokes and stuff. No, that's I mean, I wouldn't say it's the worst part. That's actually, like, the funny part. As a mod, you can see who timed out your message. So people are like, Dan wouldn't do that. As the mod, you see everything. It's like being one of the timekeepers. No, I don't take disrespect to, I mean, you're 100% in the right. Don't waste your time asking me to play Tarkov. But I also, I mean, I feel gaslit that, you know, sometimes I'll, like, go to a Tarkov stream. And people will be like, oh, NL's here because of the FOMO. And I'm like, bro, I'm here at like 11:15 p.m. because the one streamer I follow that doesn't play Tarkov over the last 3 weeks with 100% of their stream time just went offline. It's not FOMO. Literally, this is like the last resort. Then I'm there for 2 seconds, and people are like, how do you feel about Tarkov? And I'm like, it's not really my thing. And they're like, toxic, toxic, toxic. Wow, let him enjoy things. Why can't we just enjoy things? Toxic, toxic. Hey, I know you don't like the game, but like, how do you feel about it? It's not really for me. Wow, drama? Wow, ooh, NL hates his friends. Well, that's why, you know, you're not verified. I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to like enjoy, life. We said it at the start of today's stream, you know, if my colleagues respond to a game drought by playing Tarkov, I understand, you know, desperate times call for desperate measures. I'm going back into the POG archives, the reservoir. We went to 2012, now we're back to 2015 to play the POGgy games that don't suck the A word. Like the angry video game nerd. Everybody's got a different response to environmental stresses. And I told them, Dan, you'd be back to Gungeon if they do the if they cop Tarkov's innovation and delete your whole save file. So I don't know what's toxic about that. Good fight though. Hold on. Do we have? We do have a vending machine. So I can give you some of my HP. I have 2 keys. We need 2 keys, though. I mean, we're going for the advanced Dragon this time. This is the only negative about this game. It takes forever to donate to the vampire. If they could fix that, this is an 11 out of 10. No joke, Gungeon's on the docket next week. Can I ask you a question, Daniel? And this is a no BM question. You can do whatever you wish with your docket. What's it replacing? Is it next week is Gungeon Fallen Jedi or Fallen Order or Tarkov Gungeon? Or replacing IRL Deer Streams? No Tark Tuesday. 14.48% of the way there to my dream world. Let me see. I want to buy... Mass Shotgun is really good. We need a key. Ironically, I kind of wanted to buy some like half hearts. But I think we got 2 blue chests. We'll open 1 blue chest. I feel like it's not so bad if I have a high mental overhead. Did I not? Oh, you know what? Maybe I didn't get into the fireplace yet. Boom, 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 boom. The Pax gun. It's true. Oh, I did. Okay. Oh, it's right there. My bad. You did go into the fireplace. Yeah, I don't know. I'm having a good time going back into the well. I mean, I genuinely, like... I feel like the Tarkov stuff is like a... It's a positive equilibrium in a negative way. Everybody knows I don't like Tarkov. So they ask me about Tarkov, and then I'm like, I don't like it. And then people are like... You know, why are you being so toxic? And I'm like, well, don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to. Oh, I forgot to get the hearts back. If you wanted me to just be like, you know, Pog, it's amazing. I'm like, no, that's not the kind of guy I am, you know? If one of my friends smokes like 10 packs of cigarettes a day, it's bad for his health, I'm not going to be like, hey, stop smoking. I don't consider that part of my purview, and I know how I would feel if one of my friends said something like that to me. But if they were like, how do you feel about the smoking? I would be like, it's probably not very good for you. We can maintain the veil of ignorance about how I feel about Tarkov, but we need to not talk about Tarkov then. The one thing I will say though, I respect Tarkov's commitment to banter. That's like, I made a joke about it earlier, but I actually think it's I think it's one of the only games, I'm being sincere here, is one of the only games where the loading screen is more entertaining to watch on stream than the actual gameplay itself. I know that sounds like BM. It's actually, well, it's BM towards the game, but it's like very GM towards my friends. Because when they start looting lead X's and stuff like that, that's where I'm like, this is not why I'm watching. But when they're just shooting the breeze together in the queue, I'm like, oh, this is a good outlet for this. That's GM. Unless you're Nikita, in which case it's like, you know, it's a little BM. But also, like, I think you're doing all right for yourself, so. It's the same, like, you know, it's one of the reasons I think that people don't like watching me play super, like, mechanics-driven games that I haven't played very much. Unless they're legitimate 10 out of 10s. They're like, this guy's not talking at all about, like, how overrated breakfast sausages are relative to the sausage economy. Like, who says you can't eat, like, a chorizo for breakfast? Why we gotta eat the weirdo, like, super thin breakfast sausages? Instead, he's talking about, like, well, we got a 6.2% chance of an assassin showing up here, and then if we put them in the back left corner, maybe we could kill their Drusilla. Yeah, I'm a fan. Dude, chorizo? I guess chorizo's a bad choice. You can definitely eat chorizo for breakfast. But, like, I think if you ate kielbasa for breakfast, people would be like, what? It's like the same... You know what's weird? If you ate a cereal that was just, like, baked wheat in an O shape for breakfast... I don't know if one exists. Maybe they could call it, like, Wheatios or something. People would be like, normal breakfast. If you ate wheat-thin crackers for breakfast, people would be like, you need to go to the mental hospital. It's the same thing. Just one has like a little bit of salt, one has a little bit of sugar, one's a square, one's a circle. It's the same... Like, of all the meal norms, breakfast is the weirdest one to me. Like, there are foods that are like, you know, you can only eat this at breakfast unless you're having breakfast for dinner, in which case, you know, people will be like, whoa, quirky. That's cool. But if you eat, like, some dinner foods for breakfast, people are like, what the hell is wrong with you? I will open for sure. This, yeah. Synergy chest. What the? Hero's Medallion! Look, we got a green pig, dude. It started for me, so when I was a kid, on, like, Friday nights, my dad used to bring home Pizza Hut, right? So usually Saturday for lunch, I would microwave, like, a couple of leftover meat lovers slices, have those for lunch. When I became a teenager, started waking up a little closer to lunchtime on a Saturday, I was like, I'm just gonna eat that stuff cold from the fridge for breakfast. So that was my first introduction to cold pizza, and I went, this is delightful, I love it. Especially put a little Frank's Red Hot sauce on that, really hits the spot, right? Then from there, I'm gonna say that perhaps even I became a little bit too much of a free thinker for most people's standards. I started being like, well, if you can eat, you know, cold pizza for breakfast, who's to say you can't eat cold anything leftovers for breakfast? So, like, in college, I'd go out with my parents for, like, Thai food on Fridays sometimes. Come home, you know, have like 8 or 9 McClays probably. Not alone, come on, that would be bad for you. With friends. And then, like, you know, 10:30 a.m. on a Saturday morning, just eat that, like, you know, curry straight out of the styrofoam container. Cold. And be like, love it. Are we gonna live here? Probably. So I will eat like anything cold for breakfast. Full stop. I'll at least try it. I've eaten like, you know, cold taco beef straight out of the Tupperware, like not even warming it up. Doesn't bother me. I'm not a believer. I'm not shackled by like the same chains that hold society when it comes to like the foods that a temperature, or the temperatures that a food must be eaten at. There's some things like, you know, I think cold mushrooms end up being like a lot worse than mushrooms at a more sane temperature. But like most foods, I think they, you know, they just take on different properties. Not necessarily demonstrably better, not necessarily demonstrably worse. Dude, that was the easiest fight of my life. Glass cannon. Another gun for us to never use. It's like if you get hit with this, this is really bad, right? Like you lose all your HP. Cold nugs. Honestly, does not bother me. So last night I made that beef stew recipe again. I gotta say, I don't know. You know what happened? Last week I made that beef stew recipe that people said my whole family, this is the recipe reviews, this is not my recipe review. Wow, holy moly, my whole family went absolutely bonkers for this versatile recipe. Great if you want just a quick snack or a feast. Never mentions the type of food that it is in the first place so that the bot farm can post that comment under every recipe on the same website. That's just my hunch, at least. But I had to admit that last week, when I made that stew, I was like, holy moly, this stew is pretty freaking good. I'm a genius. This week I made the stew. It didn't hit the same notes. I'm saying something went wrong in my construction of the stew. I'm not suggesting it's the stew's fault. We're going to advanced dragon on this. Hate to see it. He knows. You gotta try it cold next time. Oh yeah, that's a ticket. Low-key, try it cold. Wow. Tonight though, oh man, I was at the grocery store 9 a.m. because I'm a fucking psychopath. 9 a.m. on a Thursday. And hold on, you press, not Q. You press F. You hold F, but we don't drop the crossbow. We drop the bow. Thank you. It's a nice time to go to the grocery store as well, because there was very few people there. And I thought to myself, what am I gonna make? You know, I want to mix it up a little bit. I talked to you all about that sweet barbecue chicken I made in the air fryer. It was fantastic. I think it was on Saturday or Sunday. I thought I want to make that again, but I want to put a little spin on it. So what did I do? Got some brioche buns. I figure I'll make some barbecue chicken sandwiches. Eaten too many sweet potato fries lately. I said, what are we going to do for a side? I said, you know what? Corey's been on me to get those tater tots in the air fryer. Oh, let's do some tater tots in the air fryer. And then you need a little bit of a vegetable component. I bought this like kale slaw, raw kale slaw that's just been burning a hole in my refrigerator for like 4 days. Let's mix that up with some like brown sugar, maybe even a little Dijon mustard, some white vinegar, and then like let's use that as a little sandwich topping. A little crunchy kale slaw on top of the barbecue chicken sandwich, tater tots on the side. Sounds fantastic. My keylord. Hello, 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 hello. Whatever. Don't sleep on a succotash. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I don't know what the heck a succotash even is. I think it's maybe. Is it a bunch of squash? It's beans and corn. The kind of corn where you might find like a little Lego head in it. Because like, I'm not interested in that. Look at that, we got a key anyway. Yeah, how's that for an I think you should leave reference? Now I got... what's the DJ's name that Chib plays all the time? DJ Funk? I'm not even... Because Daniel's here, I'm not going to repeat what DJ Funk says in some of his songs. Pop that! Pop that! Pop that! Anyway, so that's what I'm going to make for dinner tonight. That's as far as my anecdotes go. Did you hear it? Did he not go, wah? You hearing that? Oh, that's just the song. I thought the chest was crying. Pop that doo-doo brain. Oh, what an artist. Okay, I gotta make sure. We got an hour and 15 minutes. Today I will not be late, okay? All week, I've ended my streams like 20 minutes late. Oh, thank you, perfect timing. I've also been a little bit late for like every co-op thing. In my defense, FTL is a damn marathon, man. Sometimes it's not like I start an FTL run with 45 minutes and then go, oh, I'll just make it work. Like, I try to start it with a 2-hour window. And then sometimes I'm like, what the hell? It's been 2 hours and I still got, like, the entire last sector to go. Which I'm not complaining. It's such a good game, but today we're going to be on time. Look, I'm not going to say that in Dead by Daylight I'm going to be a pro. But I planned this out with Sinnoh, like, on maybe Saturday or Sunday, I think. And he said, hey, for the rest of the week, they're giving out, like, free blood points or whatever the hell the nonsense in that game is called. So every day, I'm going to check the store. And I will tell you if you should buy some of the stuff that's in there so you can have it available for some of your characters. Because there is, like, a skill... Like, some of those things that you buy are actually, like, quite important. So for the last, like, week, every day, once a day, Sinnoh goes, hey, buy this thing. And I go, yes, sir. And I did. So I have picked up a few perks. I'm pretty sure I still have to unlock them on the Blood Web or whatever that thing is called. But I'm doing my best. I gave it an honest attempt. Devolver. Devolver is not good, right? It turns... As you kill an enemy, they turn into other enemies and thus annoy you. That sounds correct. Okay. Maybe good against bosses? Am I crazy? It's actually one of the worst guns in the game. Man. You know, but the whole time I'm playing this, all I can think of is, like, how much more fun would it be if instead I was playing a game where, like, you walk around a derelict shopping mall in Siberia for, like, 15 minutes and then get shot in the head by somebody called Dr. Longschlong. Sorry, okay. I've got nothing against Tarkov, really. When I'm not playing it, I have nothing against it. That was just, honestly, that was a canary in the coal mine to see if Dan's still here. Oh, a key, oh! Hey, he don't run out of the roll juice or nothing. Nothing. Dr. Longschlong was a real name. It was in Dan's chat today. Okay, this floor, all you gotta do is buy the Nod key. Yo, Polaris? Nothing wrong with that. Okay, fair enough. honestly, straight up, get blasted. I'm not using a key for you. I'd rather just get Sir Junkin. And then make sure you buy Nod Key. I thank you. And I'm going to be straight up with you. I think I've realized, like, how you get more, how you do better in this game is sell the things that are bad. Whereas previously, especially I think on YouTube, I was too lazy about it. I was too lazy to do that. So, are we ever going to use the Pox Cannon again? I would say no. So goodbye. Are we ever going to use Glass Cannon? Maybe. Are we ever going to use Devolver? No. Thank you. No, no, no. Don't sell this stuff. What are you talking about? Oh, you got rid of Pig Synergy. Okay, well, it turns out you were very right on that one. Dum, dum, dum. Maybe we could buy it back. I thought it would be good. Turns out it freaking sucks. We're going... That's going down. Yeah, we're going down. Whatever. We don't need him anyway. He was just riding our coattails. Buy high, sell low. Dude, I know nobody wants to hear investing talk, except, like, again, it's another check to see if Dan's here. I still follow a couple investing subreddits, even though I'm so bogle-pilled. They're gonna, like, you know... I don't know. I'll insert that punchline in post. Go to the investing subreddits this morning. People are like, oh my god, this is the worst day I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, please, everybody, like, be kind to yourselves. Just go outside. This is a massacre. Looked at the markets. S&P 500 down 0.63%. I was like, what are you doing? The heck are you... It's... 0.68%? Are you okay? No, I got out of the investing discords. Like, honestly, I was on them for like maybe a couple months, and you know, for a while it was like you know, stock tips and stuff like that. And then Joe Biden won the election, and literally every day it was just like politics discussions non-stop. And I was like, if I wanted to hear a bunch of 18-year-old kids talk about politics, I'd just watch Twitch. So I bailed. Yeah, it's I know it's like the inverse of the broader situation. Like, people became much more politically minded on the in these discords, like when Biden won, because you know, they're all like teenagers who made like $500 in the market and think that the Canada Revenue Agency or IRS is going to steal like all their money in cap gains or something like that. So I'm like, bro, why you don't have cap? Why you worry about cap gains? Anyway, sorry, I'm not even as into it as I used to be to begin with, but that's why I left the communities. And then it just Pepe smoking cigar nonstop. That's the enduring legacy for me. Is I love the Discord emote of Pepe smoking a cigar. That's a classic. I don't have it enabled myself, but who took my cigars? Not Pepe. Well, maybe it is Pepe smoke. I don't know. Beats me. Bro, have you ever smoked a cigar? I bet I've smoked... I haven't smoked a cigar in like 12 years, for one. Secondarily, I've probably smoked 4 to 6 in my life. They actually suck. IMO. If you're into them, I'm sure I'm missing something. But I'm also gonna say, like, if you are... Perhaps you're an impressionable young man. You should maybe try it out on a special occasion. I'm not saying you should never try new things in life, but if you're an impressionable young man and your idea of, you know, swag is for boys, class is for men, is like smoking a cigar in an ill-fitting suit, I'm here to tell you, it's not all that, like, is cracked up to be. Rat Room. I derived no pleasure from it, except for, like, spending time with my friends. And then, in the morning, my throat felt like I was actually, like, a a chimney sweep in Victorian England. And that was on a Friday, so I was like, what do you guys want to do today? And they're like, you want to get cigars again? And I'm like, hell yeah, that was awesome. That was like the best. It's like the best thing we've ever done. Absolutely, I'd love to pay $9 again just to feel like I put my mouth on top of a train's exhaust stack. Trade offer. I received the strafe gun with bleeding edge gameplay. You receive 1 key. What's that, that Arnold Schwarzenegger clip where he's smoking a cigar? He's like, yeah, I'm a real man. I smoke I smoke stogies all the time. Your wife won't even let you smoke in the house. I'm a stud. Yeah, that's... I forgot about that one. Oh, man. I don't got a hideout. Bill's hat. Play well, get keys. Oh, man. I forgot about that video. It's so good. Oh. I gotta watch that again. That's one I'm not sure I want to watch on stream. Young Llama Fortlight Moan Rage, maybe. Arnold doesn't have to hide when he smokes his stogies. I don't know. Okay, remember, you need to save blanks. Although I do have 2 armor. Nah, just save the blanks, man. Don't be a fool. Unless... Get him, get him! It's a ghost ball, man. That's bad. No! No from all 4? That hurts. We were right in there, man. Well, now you can hit me all you want. Why does this pig look like that image of Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man 3? You know the one I'm talking about where he's like biting his lip? And looking mischievous? Yo, Snowballer's pretty good, right? Snow Ballots. Dan, did you name this item? It does? Dude, does it not? Thank you. Sus pig. Just saw your Isaac video from today. Genuinely very pog. Heart. What was today's run? I haven't recorded in a couple days, so I've forgotten. Good Tainted Lost run. Dude, I gotta tell you, by the way, I know I tweeted about this already. Black cherry vanilla Western Family sparkling water, probably only available in Western Canada. If you are from British Columbia, the Yukon, the Northwest Territories, Alberta, or Manitoba, do not buy this. I have like 10 cans. I'm still gonna drink it because there's a sunk cost involved. It's horrendous. It's horrible. Why did you buy it? Because I never had it before. So I thought maybe it'll be good. Their other flavors were pretty good. Sorry, I forgot about Saskatchewan. Said everybody ever. Why did you buy it? Because the other flavors are good. But then I tried this, and it's like, I don't know. Thank you. I stand by what I said when I say that it tastes like a diet mug root beer that somebody crumbled medicine into. Like, I don't know if you ever had an inability to swallow pills as a kid, but as like a 12-year-old, I was like, I can't possibly swallow a whole Tylenol, even though I'm like eating Doritos in one gulp. So I know like that weird bitter like pharmaceutical taste. This is like, this is that. Up, up, right, up, right, up. Up. Next we'll be doing up, right. Oh, thank you. I guess I can't take it, huh? Up. Next will be right. Dude, strafe gun, pretty pog. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. Thank you, Toby. Right. Let's go. Please, please. Not dead, dead. Okay, up, right, up. Up. Right up, right up. In my head, I'm saying right up, right up. But yeah, I already like the best way to describe it without talking about, you know, if somebody crushed up like an ibuprofen into your root beer is like, you know how root beer tastes good and diet root beer tastes disgusting? Imagine they made a diet root beer even worse by not being allowed to use artificial sweetener, and that's what this tastes like. Right up, right up. And then, yeah, imagine it was also hot. And now you got it. Now you know where it's at. 2 turntables and a microphone. Do you think you could still eat 51 nuggets? Yeah, I think I could. If anything, I actually, perhaps naively, I actually think I like my odds even more now. I'm not gonna do it, because I'm smarter. But could I? Yes, I believe that I could. I got dad appetite now. Yeah, it's crazy. How would I describe dad appetite? It's like sometimes I go like 12 hours without eating, and it's fine, because, you know, you got responsibilities or whatever. But then, like, when I eat, there's gonna be carnage. Okay, cool, you hit me. Congrats. Like, honestly, it's not that hard. You're not the first. You won't be the last either. He's done it? How did we dodge that? Dude, we're... Except for that, we're doing so much better on this one than we did on the last one. What a dodge. The man is just a dodge legend. Whoa! Whoa, whoa. Nice try. Almost got him. He lived. Still got 2 blanks available for the next fight as well. Only used 30-something bullets. Nice try. Okay, congrats. That's not bad. Good fight. Now, let me think for a second. Do we have... I feel like glass cannon might be better for the start of this. Should have grabbed that health. That's probably a good point. No music, huh? I don't know what... Yes, thank you. Rat Jam, please. Rat Jam, thank you. I reject your jams and substitute my rats. Maybe we'll just use the strafe gun. Like, sure, it's maybe a little bit less DPS than a perfectly used glass cannon. Certainly a lot easier to do, though. A lot easier to pilot, this son of a gun. Hey, do the attacks that allow me to do damage to you. and not use blanks, please. Yeah, like this one, maybe? There was a point in my life where I knew how to do this one. Yeah, sure, that'll work. Dude, it comes back to you so fast. This is crazy. Pop that doo-doo brain, pop that doo-doo brain, pop that doo-doo brain. The vibe check is so off right now because of the lack of music. Okay, now we gotta try to dodge it for real. Alright, that's fine. I don't have to hide from the missiles like you. Ha 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 ha! I'm sorry. I don't know how to describe the genre of like pseudo cringe that I'm like most into, but it's definitely like the idea of like, I don't know, heavily presented weird masculinity like that. It's like, yeah, oh wow, are you jealous? I can smoke cigars wherever I want to. I always feel like it ends up in like a Kirk Van Houten moment where you're like, I respect my wife's wishes, and as a result, our house doesn't smell bad. Oh yeah, right. I forgot. Hold on, real gun? Oh, is this a real gun? Oh, tricked you. Oh. I'm ready. Almost. Come on, come on. Time it. We can do better. We can do better. You can time that right with the counterattack, right? Maybe next time. Oh, frick. There you go. You can interrupt. Okay, fair enough. You got me. Stalling. Stalling. Okay, we gotta play it. I got a little hubris. A little hubris was involved there, for sure. So greedy. Oh, he got away. Oh, well. Congratulations, you have escaped me. Lost to a rat wheel. I should have just played him the old-fashioned way, but I thought to myself, that's not that special. Oh, well. I told you I regressed to the mean, baby. We did get one rat key, so we can still open one thing. I'm gonna say the best thing to open, top left, baby. You're a freaking mimic, dude. I saw you breathe. Any of these suckers ever pop out the freaking wall? I knew it! Let's go! Saved, saved! This might be a lich run. The great thing about Gungeon, I guess, you can time your run as you see fit. The man's cracked. Like, we got 52 minutes. What's wrong about being a mimic? Why you paint your face like the Joker, bro? I love cheese. A T-bone steak, eggs, cheese, and Welch's grape. Same. Sloppy steaks. A sloppy steak, eggs, cheese, and Welch's grape. Goat cheese is pog. Confirmed. Absolutely. Love. I mean, I'm not really like that picky about cheeses, man. I'm not gonna get. I mean, I would eat most foods. I think more than most. I would eat almost any food. I think were I in Sardinia and someone offered me the maggot cheese, I might just decline. I think I know myself well enough to be like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna like this. They might eat through your stomach? I don't think they would eat through my... I'm not worried about, like, the safety. I'm more just like, I think I would be disgusted. Which is fine. You know, you get over it, but, like, what's the edge case there? Or the good result, I guess, is you eat a cheese and then you go, that's delicious, and then you can never get it in your home country. I don't think they sell Kazumaru here, or whatever it's called. Would you drink sparkling water for $1 trillion? You know, I haven't seen as many of those posts lately. You know, like on social media where people post a picture of like a mansion, but it's in kind of like a rural area. People were like, would you stay here for a year for $1 million? It's a tough one. Would you live in a nice house for an amount of money that like most people make after a lifetime of work? I don't know. That's tough. That's a tricky one. Or though, I did laugh today. The tweet was just I think the tweet just said like "come on" or something like that, and then the screenshot, you know, is good if you have to pause. Was a lady who made a tweet that was like, "I don't want my mom to get old," and then it was a picture of SpongeBob crying. And then right below that, after it went viral, she made the post that was like, ladies, this suction vibrator will drive you crazy. Oh, man. So good. I was laughing too. I know, like, if you want to take this in bad faith, this is your opportunity to do so. But I did see one reply that was like, man, I used to look down on this stuff, then I realized that they were actually making $20 to $30 for this, and I said, get that bag, sis? And I was like, wait a minute, how little did you think they were getting for it? That if you get... That now that they're being paid $20 to hawk that vibrator by, like, Amazon dropshippers, now you're like, okay, now I gotta respect the hustle. That shit has, like, probably, like, 15 million impressions. I heard 50. I had also heard 50 in my... That's the source that I had been using. Blast. Oh my god, that makes so much sense. Yeah, and honestly, I don't know if people realize, like, how much of, those, like, viral tweets are literally just, like... accounts that take tweets that have gone viral in the past, repost them, like, you know, once every 6 months times 10,000 tweets, and then when they go viral, start, like, hawking the dropshipping stuff underneath them. So I don't think that tweet was a nice, reliable, like, 22-year-old nail technician in, upstate New York. I'm pretty sure it was probably... not reliable, relatable. It's probably somebody that Dan's gonna interview on his, his show if he keeps getting randoms to play Tarkov with. Not Chib though, no, Chib's legit. And you can also see that how many Chib's tweets are A, all original, but secondarily, for every like 200,000 like tweet, there's some that just bomb and only get like 10 or 15,000. So you can really see the process with Chib, which I respect. You can see how the sausage is made. Excuse me, I just felt a cat. Oh, it's just a wire. How did that one tweet get 500,000? Dude, I always love as well, like, I'm opening this. Forget that, man. So, if for context, Chib's tweet that went super viral, even more viral than the Pompeii tweet, was one, it was just a screenshot of a guy, and the tweet said, she didn't reply to my text for 26 hours, I'm gonna make her wait 20 minutes, or something like that. any tweet that goes viral to that extent, it has like 300,000 likes or something now, has so many weird arguments under it. Like, the tweet is so obviously a joke, it's literally just a screenshot. And there's people, like, the third reply down was like, I don't understand why men think that when women don't reply to them right away, they're trying to play some kind of game. Some of us just have, it's a joke! It's just are you insane? Like, there's a time and a place. I'm not even, like, if you want to talk about this, why don't you, like, make your own post instead of piggybacking on this. It's like if you went to, like, a stand-up comedy show or something like that, and you're trying to, like, you know, argue with the comedian while he's making the jokes. You're like, dude, you're not funny. That's why this has 450,000 likes, and you got, like, one person following you, and it's your alt. You're weird. You gotta knock that shit off. Just reply ratio and move on. That's the ticket. Now that's a gun, man. Wait, that's not a gun? That's what I meant to say. I make 10 times as much as you do. You wouldn't know it from looking at that suit. You ruined my life! Gunsmith. Did you see the viral tweet about eating free restaurant food is tacky? Hold on. I'd like some context for this. We can spin out some dead air here. Fruit? Let's get some fruit. Was it about the bread? I saw it. Amazingly bad. The tweet about eating the bread straight away. Eating bread is tacky. You know what that is? Okay, so does anyone else think it's tacky to eat the free bread? That's the tweet. Holy crap. Wow, that is just idiotic. I literally, you are, I don't know what to say. That's where I'm at right now. What do you mean? I will, allow me to say, by the way, in the defense of whoever wrote that, take it from somebody who talks about inane opinions for a living. We all have an opinion that stupid. The only thing that separates us might be the self-awareness to not share it. And even that is... It's unreliable, let's put it that way. It'll fail you at the worst of times. However, I can't understand the potential reasoning for why eating bread at a restaurant that you pay for that also serves you bread would be tacky. You should wait 5 minutes before reaching for the bread. This is the post, not the chat saying this. You should wait 5 minutes for the bread before grabbing for it. If you're that hungry, you should have eaten a pre-game meal. What the hell are they talking about? I don't even understand. Like, if you have these thoughts in your head, you have like you need a textbook just to be comfortable going outside. You gotta relax a little bit. It is hard to believe that that's a real person's opinion. But I think it also plays to something that, like, I don't know, that maybe I'm a part of the culture of, to be honest, which is like the idea that, like, if you go out to eat at a nice restaurant, there's like an unspoken code of etiquette that they only showed to rich people, and then like everyone's gonna know that you're not supposed to be there. Oh my god, did you see that girl in the H&M dress? She reached for the bread right away. Doesn't she know if you're gonna reach for the bread right away within the first 5 minutes? You should have just had a pre-game meal before you came to the restaurant? Oh, is fast asleep. How about that? We're just going down. Yeah, we're just going straight down. There's something, I think it's, and I hate being this guy, right? But I've been, like, listening to so many podcasts, I accidentally became the smartest man in the world, and I'm very self-aware about it. But there's something called the spotlight effect, which is the idea that when, you know, you're in a situation where you're alone in public, people... Your perception of people is that everybody's thinking about you, when in reality, like, nobody cares about you at all, unless you're... Even if you're walking around going like, ah! The most people are gonna think is like, I really wish that that person would be quiet. But they're not... As soon as you, like, leave the room, you know, they've stopped thinking about you, and instead they're like, oh, I've had this piece of, like, spinach stuck in my teeth for a few hours. It's starting to hurt. Nobody cares, right? Like, I mean, the bread thing is just, such an unbelievable, like, macrocosm of that I don't even know what to say. I don't understand the logic. It's tacky to reach for the bread? Is it bait? I don't, because if it's bait, I don't even think it's good bait, because it's just so psychotic that it doesn't even hit, like, the bait center of your brain. She doubled down 3 times at... Okay, so she just needs to talk to someone. She just needs a friend. And now I feel bad, because, like, rather than some mocking, she actually just needs to go eat dinner with a real human being who's gonna be like, yeah, go get the bread. It doesn't matter. We're paying for it. They serve you the bread. Just eat the bread. No, put the stopwatch on your phone away. How are you doing? How's everything with you and Adam? You guys good? How was your pandemic? Like, she just needs someone to talk to, man. She needs to spend less time on the internet, I think. For real, you ever out in public, though, and wonder if you've been walking weird your whole life? Yo, that's a strange one for me, because I do walk weird. But I think I'm actually, like, of the opposite. I pretty much, like, never, I never wonder if people think I walk weird. Because I'm like, yeah, I walk weird. What's your point? You got a problem? Take a picture, it'll last long. Like, take it from me, you know, I went bald at 19. And refused to wear a hat because then it would be considered stolen bald valor. I would not be wearing my scars as armor, as Peter Dinklage said. And I'm an idiopathic toe walker. And even still, when I go out, you know, I'm actually not worried about being judged at all. But maybe it's because I respond to the fear of being judged by being insanely judgmental of, like, every other thing that people do when they're outside. Like, you wouldn't believe what I saw today, man. You wouldn't believe... I actually have no anecdotes from today, but... Maybe there's some truth to that. I don't think it's, like, confidence. I don't know. I think it's, like, I just don't... I don't care. Maybe that's confidence to some extent, but I'm like, I literally just don't... I just don't... I wouldn't say I don't care what others think of me, because I really, like, after the streams, you know, I check the mega threads and stuff like that, and I'm like, how did that, like, tone deaf bit go over today, and blah, blah, blah. But, like, in public, I don't give a crap, really. If someone's like, oh my god, did you see that guy's shoes? Did you notice that he puts his shoes on too fast? Because, like, on the back of his shoe, the heel is kind of, like, folded over. Oh my god, what? I'm like, okay, you know, you got me. Real funny, Jane. I think we covered what would happen if I farted, Jane. You'd throw up your pretty little lunch. I thought I had an anecdote, but I don't. Oh, you should get the A key. What am I doing? What the? Rude. Like, in my head, I was like, oh man, I had an anecdote. Where did it go? What was that anecdote? It was a good one. It's gone. Maybe it wasn't a good one. I don't know. Either way, it's gone. Still referencing season 1. Monka S. Well, at least I'm not doing what most of chat's doing, which is like apropos of nothing at all. Just like shoehorning season 2 quotes in where they don't even fit at all. Just out of nowhere being like, any of these guys ever pop out the frickin' walls and stuff like that? Like, you gotta let the reference percolate naturally. You can't just let it, you can't just have it, you know, slide in as a non sequitur. There has, the secret of an inside joke is that it has to relate, thank you, somewhat to what you were talking about in advance. Otherwise, you're just spouting references in lieu of being actually funny. And honestly, that makes you a bread eater. Makes you the kind of... I bet you reach for the bread, man. I would like to know... Did any... Like, if that tweet went viral, surely somebody asked her how she feels about Cheddar Bay biscuits, right? Because, like, if you're a Red Lobster, those Cheddar Bay biscuits come out, like, piping hot. And they're honestly, like, part of the reason I would ever go back to Red Lobster. Those aren't free. Actually, that's where well, I mean, you have to buy an entree. So it's like the Game Pass situation, but they are free. You're one of those premature bread people. Can I also tell you that, you know the John Mulaney bit about how, like... Get ready. As a kid, they always, like, they made me think quicksand would be, like, a larger problem in real life than it actually was. That's how I feel about filling up on bread. Like, I feel like anytime I went out for a nice-ish meal with adults when I was a kid, everyone was like, don't eat too much bread, you might fill up. Then you won't be able to eat your dinner. First off, okay, I'll take half of it home. No big deal. Secondly... As an adult, literally has not happened to me once in my entire life. And I've been to some bread-based restaurants. I don't believe it is, and maybe I'm built different. I do have an appetite, no doubt about that. But I've never had a situation where, like, I ordered, you know, like a pasta or something like that, and then I ate 4 dinner rolls and was like, oh, I couldn't possibly eat this. Honestly, it sounds like you shouldn't have had a pre-game meal. It's tacky. You know what else is tacky? Using the bathroom at a restaurant. If you had to pee so bad, you should have peed before you went to the establishment. Otherwise, just hold it. That's what all wealthy people do. They just hold their piss and poop in at all times. Their piss and shit. They just constantly hold it. Never go to the bathroom, ever. Never let the party die. I'm just thinking, okay? I'm going to use my own brain here. We didn't get the advanced Dragon. Okay, so we're not going to die here probably. So what we're going to do is buy those 2. And then I think I'm going to take Omega Bullets. And I'm going to use the Commando. Oh, wow, Loki, using your 4-pronged rocket launcher. I think that maybe, technically glass cannon is a little better, but this does a lot of damage. It's pretty easy to get out there. And we don't lose all the ammo if we get hit. So instead what I'll do is just never use any ammo for glass cannon instead. Good dodging. Glass cannon is tacky. It's tacky, man. I guess, here's the action item I would say. You know, a lot of your life as a child, you're essentially just defaulting to what adults tell you is like the proper behavior when you're outside. So I understand, like, why people can be neurotic about it. Like, I've been neurotic about it at times in my life, I suppose, as well. That hurts. like, literally nobody cares. That's the meat and potatoes of the discussion. You know, if you're wearing, like, a diaper on your head or something like that, literally, like, a poopy diaper that's stinking up the restaurant, the most anyone is gonna actually do is be like, hey, can you move me? Because this person has literal poop on their head. And then they're gonna get back to talking about, like, their own business, which is, like, all anybody, for the most part, concerns themselves with anyway. There might be some tweets, yeah, that's about it. Check this out. I'm gonna become the gamer of legends. He will never become the gamer of legends. You scan to glass cannon. Take a shot. Scan back to a gun. Any gun, really. That's close. What are we at here time-wise? Half an hour. Perfect time to do one more floor and then boot up Dead by Daylight and click on like 70 things in the blood web. Owns. I mean, I just can't imagine being at a restaurant and being like, don't eat the bread yet. It's not... I know that it's... we've talked about it for too long. It just now, like, there's world building going on in my head. This is Lich, right? This is Lich? Correct. Okay, let's go. I just can't imagine, like, reaching for a bread basket that just came out and then someone's like, oh, it hasn't been 5 minutes yet. You're like, what are you talking about? I want to speak to this person and because, like, the only explanation that fits in my head is that she's like the Manchurian Candidate or something like that, and her trigger to become a sleeper agent for the KGB is to, like, eat too much bread. I know it seems implausible, but this take is so ridiculous that it's like the only thing that seems plausible to begin with. Okay, we need to not use this gun because I am using it badly. Getting way too close, trying to take advantage of Omega bullets, when what I should be doing is using probably the strafe gun and staying far away. Come on, we're toasted, man. We need more HP than I've ever seen right now. Cheese gun? Yeah, you know what? You're probably right. I should have taken it earlier. Please, please, thank you. Cheese gun. You can't hurt me, not with my cheese helmet. Anyway, I gotta look up the replies to that. You really do encounter the most, like, ridiculous takes of all time on Twitter. Like, remember the guy who was like, I like to, when I go to bed, I like to set an alarm every 20 minutes so that I can experience the positive feeling of going back to sleep. But my wife, who has insomnia, says that it's like destroying her life. Settle a debate, who's in the right? And everyone was like, her. And also, I think you should be in prison. And he was like, haha, yeah, well, the missus is really pleased that Twitter's validating her, but, you know, this was all just in good fun. And you're like, you're a monster, man. You're one of history's great villains. You think this is a game? This stopped being a you problem as soon as you posted it on the internet. Now this is about society. He deleted that tweet. Everybody loves to say, wow, you guys really bought this tweet, huh? Well, looks today I tricked the whole internet into thinking I was an idiot. Everybody's gangsta till the quote tweets start pouring in. Hope. Okay, I actually have some hope now. Ever since I remembered the cheese gun is so good that it's actually kind of boring, we have a chance. But I really do believe, like, I will be honest with you, I don't know what my take is that's on that level of, like, don't eat the bread right away. But I bet I have one. I bet if you gave me an infinite amount of time, I know you're going to say it's the food poisoning take. I consider myself in the right and just constantly gaslit over the food poisoning take. No key meta. No key meta, I've admitted the error of my ways on that one. I no longer hold that is a viable strategy. I've learned my lesson. Deli counter take is close. No, honestly, like, a lot of people are just impolite. And they're like, you know, they grew up in an era of, like, overvaluing rugged individualism rather than caring about anybody else's problems, or convenience or inconvenience for that matter. So, like, if anyone ever complains about you spending 10 minutes at the deli counter because you can't decide between, like, Cajun chicken and spicy chicken, then you're like, well, then maybe you should make your own grocery store with your own deli counter. Well, your time must be so valuable. You know, like, it's just... Like, tell me you don't care about anybody else without telling me you don't care about anybody else. The rest of us, we're gonna live by a code, which is you don't take an unreasonable length of time to accomplish this stuff. You know, especially in situations where the difference in utility between your choices is meaningless. You know, two different kinds of, like, artificially, mechanically separated pork hooves. But, oh, what if I get the wrong kind of seasoning salt on top of them? You know? Like, in situations like that, you just gotta send it, man. Based. He's basted. And I stand by the food poisoning take, which is that people... It's not that food poisoning is not real. It's that when people feel that they have food poisoning, they always attribute it to something that I don't think they have evidence to attribute it to. The number one thing that they attribute it to is like, oh, it was that one time that I ate that foreign food with the vegetables in it is definitely not the fact that I ate like a party-sized bag of kettle-cooked chips and the amount of oil sloshing around in my stomach gave me indigestion. It must have been like those beans. Probably those beans that I ate. It was probably the plant that I ate, not of having 400% of my daily recommended sodium in a single sitting. This is dangerous. There is. Oh, there! What the? I thought you were my friend. Yeah, it's not that I never wash my hands. It's definitely that. No, because you remember washing your hands, it makes your immune system weaker, according to the internet. So, if anything, if you get sick, it's probably because you're washing your hands too much, right? This is a disclaimer. This is not what I believe. This is what the internet believes. Which kind of beat is best? Yeah, why would I take 30 seconds to wash my hands when instead, anytime it gets brought up, I could just get offended and argue about it for 45 minutes instead? Now, okay, the staggering degree of +2s, if you're just watching on YouTube, I have to let you know, I can't even read chat right now. There's so many +2s, which is parlance for, it's the funniest thing people have ever heard, that I can't even get any advice from chat, so I'm on my own here. We're gonna need some red hearts to drop immediately. Permanent -2? I refuse to take humor advice from any segment of the population that allowed the Big Bang Theory to operate for 14 seasons. So, your -2s don't offend me. They only make me stronger. If anything, I can feel the power surging within. And I think my play makes that known. No comedic timing. No comedic timing. Hello, skeleton. Millennials watch The Big Bang Theory? I hate to say that I think you're probably right. I bet if you looked at the demographic of the demographic breakdown, I bet millennials are overrepresented in the Nielsen ratings for The Big Bang Theory versus their actual proportion in the general population. I hate to say it, but I bet it's true. Might be Gen X. Gen X majority, maybe? Dude, anybody here in Gen X? I know, look, don't take offense to this. Every generation except you gets shit on constantly, right? Boomers, the silent generation, millennials, Zoomers, like, we're all taking heat. Gen X takes the least heat by far. But so many of them are so damn whiny about it. Maybe it's just the social media effect. But anytime I see, like, Gen X trending on Twitter, every tweet is like, it's so hard being in Gen X. Everyone's always talking about boomers and millennials. No one's ever talking about me. And I'm like, okay. You're 50. Go do, like, 50-year-old stuff. Get on Facebook. What are you doing on Twitter? This is still, like, I'm almost too old to be on Twitter. Shouldn't you be, like, preparing for the birth of your first grandchild or something? Like, why are you getting riled up that Bloomberg News isn't writing any articles about how you don't go out to Applebee's anymore? Like, you got bigger stuff going on. Like, I get it. You love Winona Ryder. You've made that clear. Now let's get busy living or get busy dying. A heart, please. Speaking of getting busy dying. You don't say Winona? What do you say? Winona? That doesn't sound right to me. That was our only resolution. Winona forever. Oh! Where you going? Where are you going? Big cat, Pog. Big cat. Anyway, I think that's all my material for today. Get ready, because I'm pretty sure Dead by Daylight is just going to be like 2 hours of me going, oh, 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 oh. Which should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And we're not going to be late. Probably. Ooh, Papa. Ooh. Dockets have been pogged recently. Appreciate it. Thank you. Can I tell you, it shouldn't come as a surprise. I've been very lax on noting my dockets. Like, I have a Google sheet that I use to plan out, not like ambitiously, but just to make sure that I got some variety. So I keep like a log of what the dockets have looked like. Since Repentance's release, I have not done a very good job of updating the dockets on the spreadsheet because so much of the time they ended up just being Repentance, right? And wouldn't you know it, The lack of variety also coincides with the willful dereliction of duty that I cultivated there. I think it's like keeping a food log, right? Like if you note your meals and you have to like write them down and be honest about what you ate, I think you're gonna eat healthier than if you just like leave it sitting on the float. So I think just getting back in the habit of writing that stuff down and being like, you know what? I love FTL, but we have probably played 5 to 6 hours of FTL already on what's gonna be, you son of a bitch, a 25-hour streaming week. Maybe it's time to work in something else, you know? Not forever, but just you know, for a day or two. Great game though. Don't get me wrong. I hate this wave, man. Thank God for the cheese gun. Like it has me thinking I still have a chance. Please come back to FTL. I've been loving it. I mean, it's been the bulk of the streams this week for sure. Even more so than Repentance, I think. You have Pig, it's a 1 run. Wait, does Pig, does it lay down his life for me if I almost die? Does he resurrect me? Pig full heals you on death. I forgot about that. I thought he was just sort of chilling. I thought he was just chilling. No, FTL is not dead. This is why this shit annoys me so much, man. It's like they take it 1 day off from FTL, and then people are like, please come back to it. And I'm like, it didn't even leave. It's still... And then people are like, I saw... Like, you think it's a victimless crime, but there will be, like, a post on the subreddit in 3 days that was like, I fell asleep during that Gungeon run. Did he ever explain why he killed FTL? And then someone in the comments will be like, oh, he played it, like, literally 12 hours ago. And they'll be like, oh, sorry, I didn't check before I asked. And then it just, like, just keeps going and going and going. Okay. Uninstalled. FTL dead like Hollow Knight? No, because I will return to FTL. And if they make an FTL 2, I'll play at launch day. It's alright. Pig's bringing me back. Thank you, sir. 5 HP, final room. Don't take damage here. This is the point. Don't take damage here. I'm remembering we have a tri-phase Lich coming up. Big ups to the pig. Big ups to the pig. Forget Metronome. We're gonna swap back and forth between Commando and Cheese Gun. No dodge roll required. In a weird way, yeah, go for it. The less you roll, the better off you are here. I remember. No, that's fine, that's fine. I learned from the best. Seen Apollo fight this guy like 15 times. My safety is guaranteed. Phase 1, no problem. Okay, then any of these guys ever pop out of the freaking ground or whatever? Maybe we stand here? Is that what? Yeah, okay. Is there any chance of you ever revisiting solo RimWorld? That depends. Do you consider 0% a chance? There was really no need to phrase that as, like, rude as I did, but I stand by it. No! Okay, you gotta roll the opposite direction on those. Or, even better, just do that. Much better. Oh. Dude, this is not so bad. Okay, it sucks. Like, where the heck did that come from? If I'm correct, hold on. I got 2 blanks from. I got 1 blank remaining, 2.5 HP. I believe that the next phase is the easiest. Yeah, because he just does some weirdo spins here or whatever. Yeah, he just spins these suckers around. This is like no problem at all. You just gotta jump rope, dude. Oh, why would you not roll though? That's what that's what you got the blank for, dude. I got so tunnel vision, I was like, I don't even need to do this, man. Good place. Still decent place. Not good place. Use your brain now. I'm gonna die. Not like this. You're safe for the moment. Ooh. Safe. Safety. Shoot the gun! Ah, easy win. Oh, you don't run out of the going back in time juice or nothing. Ah, easiest win of my life. Enter the Gungeon by Dodge Roll Games. Very good game. Very good and great game. Send me to outer space. I know he wish he could because he's paying 20K a day. That is eating good. I listened to this song. I had this playing in the operating theater when the baby was born. Just gets me pumped, man. All right, take me back to the breach. /marker